410 AD, the world holds its breath as the unimaginable unfolds. Rome, once the heart of an empire, is burning. Its mighty walls, which stood for centuries, now glow with the light of destruction. The Visigoths, once dismissed as barbarians at the gates, are sacking the city. Their boots echo through streets that once marched to the rhythm of Roman legions. The unthinkable is happening. The empire that ruled the world is falling. Panic and disbelief sweep through the city as centuries of order collapse in a single night. But amid the chaos, something unexpected rises. In the ashes, a new hope flickers. As statues of Roman gods topple, a new symbol appears, a simple cross. The old gods are silent, but a new faith speaks. The followers of a once persecuted faith, Christianity, are not fleeing, they're organizing. In the darkest hour, they gather together, united by belief. Bishops provide food, shelter, and hope as the old order collapses. They become beacons of compassion, offering comfort to the lost and desperate. The empire of soldiers and senators is crumbling, but an empire of the spirit is taking root. Faith begins to fill the void left by power. This is no accident. The fall of Rome and the rise of Christianity are intertwined, each shaping the other in the crucible of history. When old certainties crumble, new ideas fill the void. People search for meaning, for something to hold on to as the world changes. In the ruins, the church becomes the new center, offering structure, hope, and leadership. Its doors are open to all who seek refuge. The prefects and magistrates are gone. The bishops remain. Where government fails, faith endures. The church's network spans the dying empire. Its message resonates in an age of despair. From distant provinces to the heart of Rome, its influence grows. The chaos that destroys Rome creates the perfect conditions for Christianity to thrive. In the emptiness, faith finds fertile ground. The end of one world is the beginning of another. Out of destruction, a new civilization will rise. The church steps in where the state fails, organizing relief, negotiating with invaders, and providing order. It becomes the bridge between the old world and the new. The empire's collapse is not just a tragedy, it's a transformation. From the dust, a new vision of society emerges. Christianity becomes the rock in a world of dust. Its message endures when all else falls away. The story of Rome's fall is also the story of Christianity's rise. One era ends, another begins. In the ultimate power vacuum, faith becomes the new foundation. The cross replaces the scepter. The marble gods fall silent, but the cross stands tall. The old beliefs fade, but the new faith endures. The empire of dust gives way to the kingdom of faith. A new era begins, built not on stone, but on spirit. Why should we care about Rome's fall and Christianity's rise? What does this ancient drama have to do with our lives today? Because their legacy shapes our world in ways both seen and unseen, influencing everything from our cities to our sense of self. The past is a ghost in our machine. Its echoes linger in our laws, our values, even the calendar that orders our days and years. The cathedrals that dominate European skylines, the Pope's unique authority, and the rituals that mark our time. The roots of charity, compassion, and law, all trace back to this profound transformation of society. Our very calendar, our weekly rhythms, and the birth of universities are products of this era, shaping how we learn and live. Christian ideas of dignity, equality, and moral accountability underpin our legal systems and our sense of justice. When Rome collapsed, people didn't simply descend into chaos. They sought new authority, new meaning, and new hope. The church offered hope, community, and leadership not based on force, but on faith, compassion, and shared belief. Understanding this shift reveals a timeless truth. When old systems fail, people search for order, belonging, and hope. We're not just tourists in history, we're uncovering the foundations of our own world, layer by layer. The story of a persecuted faith inheriting an empire is a reminder. Nothing is permanent, and ideas can reshape entire civilizations. Collapse and renewal are part of our story, woven into the fabric of our shared past. The West became the West because of what rose from Rome's ashes. This is our inheritance, and its echoes still guide us today. Before the fall, Rome was the world's superpower. 50 million people, one law, endless roads. Its legions enforced order from Britain to Syria. Roman engineering, roads, aqueducts, concrete, built a civilization that seemed eternal. The Pax Romana brought peace, commerce, and stability. Religion was civic duty. honor the gods, protect the state. The Roman pantheon was vast, but faith was transactional, sacrifice for favor. Into this world came Christianity, a faith from Judea that refused to worship the emperor. Christians were seen as subversive, even traitorous. Their meetings were secret, their beliefs strange: one God, a crucified savior. For centuries, to be Christian was to risk death. Yet their numbers grew. The empire's iron and law could not stamp them out. A new story was taking root beneath the marble surface. For 3 centuries, Christianity spread quietly, through whispers, not wars. In the dim glow of hidden catacombs, believers gathered, sharing hope in hushed voices, far from the eyes of Roman authority. Merchants, soldiers, and slaves carried the faith along Rome's vast network of roads, weaving new beliefs into the fabric of daily life as they traveled from city to city. In a world of rigid hierarchy and social divisions, Christianity preached spiritual equality, offering a radical message that all were welcome. Every soul mattered, senator or slave, rich or poor, each person was valued in the eyes of God. Persecution was brutal, relentless, and often deadly, but it backfired in unexpected ways. The courage of martyrs inspired awe. Their sacrifice drew converts, as witnesses saw faith stronger than fear. The blood of the martyrs is the seed of the church. Their legacy grew. Then came Constantine. After a vision of the cross, Constantine won a decisive battle and legalized Christianity in 313 AD, forever changing the empire's spiritual landscape. Suddenly, the faith of the persecuted was favored by the emperor, and Christians could worship openly for the first time. But Christianity was still a minority. Old pagan traditions persisted, and ancient gods were not easily forgotten. Constantine's support gave the church resources, land, and visibility, allowing it to grow in influence and wealth. Basilicas rose, and Christianity moved into the public square, its presence now impossible to ignore. The church was now a player in imperial politics, but not yet the only game in town. Debates and rivalries continued. The old and new beliefs coexisted, sometimes in tension, but the balance was shifting with every passing year. The stage was set for a new order, as the dawn of Christianity began to reshape the heart of Rome. As Christianity gained ground, Rome was unraveling. Economic collapse, endless wars, and political chaos plagued the empire. Diocletian split Rome in two, but east and west drifted apart. Barbarian migrations overwhelmed the borders. The legions couldn't hold. In 410, the Visigoths sacked Rome, a shock to the world. Pagans blamed the abandonment of old gods. Christians, like Augustine, saw a deeper meaning. Earthly empires fall, he argued, but the city of God endures. In chaos, faith offered a new framework for hope. As Rome's machinery broke down, the church filled the void. Bishops became civic leaders, organizing relief and repairs. The church's network mirrored the old empire, but its authority came from trust, not force. Pope Leo I famously faced Attila the Hun and saved Rome, not with armies, but with persuasion. Across the West, bishops mediated disputes, ransomed captives, and kept order. The church became a shadow government, a source of stability. When the last emperor fell in 476 AD, few noticed. Real power had shifted to the bishops. The Roman state vanished, but the church remained. The eagle fell, the cross stood taller than ever. In a world of uncertainty, the church became sanctuary and guide. The old empire was gone, but a new spiritual empire was rising. The cross outlasted the crown. The new rulers of the West, Franks, Goths, Vandals, needed more than swords to govern. They found legitimacy and unity in the church. Clovis, king of the Franks, converted to Christianity after a battlefield vow. His baptism won him the loyalty of his Christian subjects and the church's support. Across Europe, barbarian kings embraced Christianity to build stable kingdoms. The clergy, often the only literate class, became administrators and advisors. Conversion linked these new kingdoms to Rome's legacy and the wider Christian world. The church became a kingmaker, fusing Germanic and Roman Christian traditions. Laws, art, and identity were shaped by faith. The conquerors were, in turn, transformed by the faith of the conquered. A new European identity, Christendom, emerged. The church was now the heart of a new civilization. With Rome gone, the church became Western Europe's anchor. Monasteries preserved ancient knowledge, Greek, Roman, and Christian. The church founded schools, developed canon law, and shaped daily life. In 800 AD, Pope Leo III crowned Charlemagne emperor. Power now flowed from the church. The Middle Ages began, art, music, and law guided by faith. But church power brought new conflicts. Popes and kings vied for supremacy. Who ruled the successor of Peter or Caesar? The lesson endures. When systems break, people seek new meaning and order. The church rose by meeting deep human needs in crisis. As our world changes, what new ideas will rise from the ashes next?